Ty Niblet was born in Vietnam. She was young during the Vietnam War and was a striking-looking girl. Consequently, she soon caught the eye of an American soldier who was in the Air Force and stationed in the city of Da Nang. That serviceman was Skip Soul. Recalling the moment he first set eyes on Niblet almost 50 years ago, he said it was love at first sight. She was really gorgeous then. Of course, we hit it off right away, he told WTKR in September 2017. The couple embarked on a whirlwind romance. However, when Soul left Vietnam, their love affair was cut short. He gave Niblet his contact details, but her family, who were opposed to their relationship with an American, destroyed them. However, that's not the end of the story. Next thing I know, my stomach is getting bigger, and that's when I realized I'm going to have a baby, Niblet revealed. Just 17 at the time, she was determined to raise her unborn child herself. But her father had other ideas. He saw Niblet's pregnancy as a disgrace because she was unmarried. Furthermore, the baby's dad was a U.S. serviceman. When you have kids, half American, half Vietnamese, people look down on you, especially your family, Niblet explained to CBN News in June 2017. Nevertheless, Niblet continued with her pregnancy. She later gave birth to a boy that she called Tran Vang Hung. But after he was born, her father and brother took him to an orphanage. Not willing to hand over her baby, Niblet retrieved him and raised him for the first 7 months of his life. But her dad and brother got their way in the end. Niblet had been out running errands one day. When she returned, her baby was gone. From that day, I blocked out. I completely blocked out because I didn't know where my son was, she later revealed to WTKR. Sadly, Niblet's story is not an unusual one. During the Vietnam War, it's estimated that 50,000 babies were conceived to U.S. soldiers. Many of the infants were abandoned by their fathers. A large number of these war babies were also then abandoned by their mothers, who wished to hide their relations with the so-called enemy. However, Niblet never gave up hope of meeting her son one day. "I've heard God's word himself. He told me I know where your son is," she said. "You don't know it, but I know it, and because of that voice that I heard, I kept holding on to that." In the meantime, her son lived in a Da Nang orphanage until he was 2 years old. An army major then adopted him and provided him with a nice life. They renamed him Kirk Kellerhalls and were honest about his adoption. Kellerhalls simply assumed both his parents had perished during the war. "This was not a case where I was looking for my parents," Kellerhalls explained. "I thought they were gone. I thought they were dead. I was very grateful for the family I had. I grew up in a very loving home and never went without. I had more opportunities than probably most kids my age." So, Kellerhalls grew up and made a home for himself in Virginia Beach, Virginia. There, he developed a passion for all things sea-related, including surfing, fishing, and jogging on the beach. It was this side of his character that got him wondering about his heritage. With me being half Vietnamese, the other half was just that big question mark. With my love for the beach, my dark skin, loving the Polynesian lifestyle, and having visited Hawaii once, I claimed Hawaii as my second half, Kellerhalls explained. Kellerhalls' wife, who is from the Philippines, disagreed that Kellerhalls was half Hawaiian. If anything, she believed he was part Filipino, like her. So, just to resolve the dispute, Kellerhalls submitted an online DNA test. He was awaiting his results when he got an unexpected email. Kellerhalls was attending his son's graduation when he received a message saying he had a child-parent DNA match. Immediately, Kellerhalls assumed it was a scam. But after reading the email thoroughly, Kellerhalls realized that there was a good chance it was genuine. It suddenly dawned on me. This is probably my mother. There's no way. This is impossible. She's dead, he said. Niblet was now living in San Antonio, Texas with her husband. She had searched extensively for her son since arriving in America. At first, she looked in the phone books, but when the technology arrived, she pinned her hopes on a DNA test. Niblet and her son reunited for the first time in 48 years in June 2017. The pair shared an emotional embrace, and Niblet thanked God for finally bringing her to her long-lost baby. "Thank you for finding me," a grateful Kellerhals replied. And that wasn't the end of Kellerhals' journey of discovery. Shortly after meeting his mother, he reached out to his biological father. The threesome reunited in August 2017, and Kellerhals could finally see himself in someone else. "I've definitely got his nose and ears. And his hairline," he said. "I got her smile and eyes. Wish I had half her strength."